Om Namah Shivaya. Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about the homopolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides, okay? First, starch. Starch is the carbohydrate reserve of plants which is the most important dietary source for the higher animals including man. High content of the starch is found in cereals, roots, tubers, vegetables, etc. Starch is a homopolymer composed of D-glucose units held by alpha glycosidic bonds. It is known as glucosan or glucan. See once again. Starch. Starch is the carbohydrate reserve of plants which is most important dietary source for the higher animals including the man. High content of the starch is found in cereals, roots, tubers, vegetables, etc. Starch is a homopolymer composed of D-glucose units held by alpha glycosidic bonds. It is known as glucosan or glucan. Next, starch consists of two polysaccharide components, water-soluble amylase that is 15 to 20% and a water-insoluble amylopectin, it is 80 to 85%. Chemically, amylose is a long unbranched chain with 200 to 100 D-glucose units held by alpha 1 to 4 glycosidic linkages. Amylopectin on the other hand is a branched chain with alpha 1, 6 glycosidic bonds at the branching points and alpha 1 to 4 linkages wherever else. Okay. Next, amylopectin molecules containing a few thousand glucose units looks like a branched tree. 20 to 30 glucose units per branch. See once again. Starch consists of two polysaccharides components. Okay. One is water soluble, another is water insoluble. First, water soluble is amylose, and this amylose is 15 to 20%. Next, water insoluble in starch is amylopectin. It consists of 80 to 85%. Chemically, amylose is a long unbranched chain. Amylose is a long unbranched chain with 200 to 1000 D-glucose units held by alpha 1 to 4 glycosidic linkages. Okay. That means this amylose contains only one type of linkage, that is 1 to 4 glycosidic linkages. Next, coming to the amylopectin. Amylopectin on the other hand is a branched chain. Amylose is a unbranched chain. Amylopectin is a branched chain with alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds at the branching points. At the branching points, it contains the alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds and alpha 1 to 4 linkages wherever else. Okay. At other points, alpha 1 to 4 linkages are present. Amylopectin molecule containing a few thousand glucose units looks like a branched tree. Okay. And 20 to 30 glucose units per branch. Per each branch, 20 to 30 glucose units are present. Starches are hydrolyzed by amylase, that is a pancreatic or salivary, to liberate the dextrins, and finally maltose and glucose units. Amylase acts specifically on alpha 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. See once again, starches are hydrolyzed by amylase, that is pancreatic or salivary amylase, to liberate dextrins, and finally maltose and glucose units. Amylase acts specifically on alpha 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. Coming to the figure, this is the structure of starch. Okay, this is the structure of starch and it consists of alpha amylase and amylopectin. This is the alpha amylose, and this amylose contains the alpha 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. Next, and this amylose is a unbranched chain. Okay, it is a unbranched chain. Next, coming to the structure of amylopectin. Okay, and this amylopectin contains the two type of glycosidic bonds, and the first one is alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds. See here, alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds, and these alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds are present at the branches. Okay, at the branches these alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds are present, and wherever else and some other areas alpha 1 to 4 branches are present. See here, this is the alpha 1 to 4 branch. Okay, this is about the starch. Next, dextrins. Dextrins are the breakdown products of starch by the enzyme amylase or dilute acids. Starch is sequentially hydrolyzed through different dextrins and finally to maltose and glucose. The various intermediates are soluble starch, that is blue, and amylodextrin, that is violet, and erythrodextrin, that is red, and acrodextrin, that is no color. See once again dextrins. Dextrins are the breakdown products of starch by the enzyme amylase or dilute acids. Starch is sequentially hydrolyzed through different dextrins and finally to maltose and glucose. The various intermediates identified by iodine coloration are soluble starch in blue color, amylodextrin, this is in violet color, and erythrodextrin, that is red, and acrodextrin, it has no color. Next, dextrans. Okay, dextrans are polymers of glucose. Okay, dextrans are polymers of the glucose produced by microorganisms. These dextrans are the polymers of glucose, and these are produced by microorganisms. They are used as plasma volume expanders in transfusion and chromatography. An example is gel filtration. See once again the dextrans. Dextrans are the polymers of the glucose, and these are produced by the microorganisms, and they are used as plasma volume expanders in transfusion and chromatography. Example is gel filtration. Next, inulin. Inulin is a polymer of fructose. Okay, inulin is a polymer of fructose, that is fructosan. It occurs in dahlia bulbs, garlic, onion, etc. It is a low molecular weight, around the 5000. Okay, polysaccharide easily soluble in water. Inulin is not utilized by the body. It is used for assessing kidney function through measurement of glomerular filtration rate. Inulin is used for assessing the kidney function through measurement of glomerular filtration rate, GFR. Next, glycogen. Glycogen is the carbohydrate reserve in animals, hence often referred to as animal starch. It is present in the high concentration in liver, followed by the muscle and brain. Glycogen is also found in plants that don't possess the chlorophyll, that is yeast and fungi. Next, the structure of glycogen is similar to that of amylopectin with more number of the branches. Glucose is the repeating unit in glycogen. joined together by alpha 1 to form glycosidic bonds and alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds at branching points. The molecular weight and number of glucose units vary in glycogen depending on the source from which glycogen is obtained. Okay. Molecular weight and number of glucose units are vary in glycogen depend on the source from which the glycogen is obtained. Next, cellulose. Cellulose occurs excessively in plants and it is the most abundant organic substance in plant kingdom. It is a predominant constituent of the plant cell wall. Cellulose is totally absent in the animal body. Cellulose is totally absent in animal body. Next, cellulose is composed of beta D glucose units linked by beta 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. Cellulose can't be digested by animals, including the man, due to lack of the enzyme that cleaves the beta glycosidic bonds. That is, alpha amylase breaks the alpha bonds only. Okay. The enzyme that cleaves the cellulose is not present in the mammals, including the man. Next, see here, this cellulose is composed of beta D glucose units that is linked by beta 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. In mammals, cellulose is not digested due to lack of enzyme that cleaves the beta glycosidic bonds. Okay. Next, certain ruminants and herbivorous animals contain the microorganisms in the gut which produces the enzymes that can cleave the beta glycosidic bonds, and hydrolysis of cellulose yields a disaccharide cellulose followed by beta D glucose. Hydrolysis of cellulose yields a disaccharide cellulobiose. Okay, and this followed by beta D glucose. Cellulose, though not digested, has great importance in human nutrition. It is a major constituent of fiber. The non-digestible carbohydrate. The function of the dietary fiber include decreasing the absorption of glucose and cholesterol from the intestine, besides increasing the bulk of the feces. See once again, cellulose, though not digested, has a great importance in human digestion, human nutrition. Okay, it is a major constituent of fiber. The non-digestible carbohydrate. The function of dietary fiber include decreasing the absorption of glucose and cholesterol from the intestine, besides increasing the bulk of the feces. See this figure. This is the structure of cellulose and it contains of the n number of beta D glucose units, and the cellulose consisting of the n number of beta D glucose units, and these beta D glucose are linked by the glycosidic bonds are beta 1 to form glycosidic bonds. Okay. Next, chitin. Chitin is composed of N-acetyl D-glucosamine units held together by beta 1 to form glycosidic bonds. It is a structural polysaccharide found in the exoskeleton of some invertebrates like insects and crustaceans. See once again about the chitin. Chitin is composed of N-acetyl D-glucosamine units held together by beta 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. It is composed of, what are the units of the chitin? N-acetyl D-glucosamine units held together by beta 1 to 4 glycosidic bonds. Chitin is a structural polysaccharide found in the exoskeleton of some invertebrates Examples are insects and crustaceans. Insects and crustaceans. Okay. See this structure. This is the structure of glycogen, and this glycogen structure is more similar to the amylopectin. Okay, but the difference here is glycogen contains the more number of the branches when compared to that of the amylopectin. Okay, it is most similar to the amylopectin. This glycogen is most similar to the amylopectin. Okay, it is more similar to the amylopectin, but the difference here is it contains the more number of branches, and the bonds and the links and these are linked through alpha 1 to 4 glycosidic bond. Okay, and see here next, and also 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds, alpha 1 to 6 glycosidic bonds. This is about the homopolysaccharides. Okay guys, if you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.